Welcome to Serpentine Creative. I'm your host, Stella Williams, and today I'll be continuing my Write Process series with editors. So today I am excited, not excited, to talk about editors. So I don't know about you, but for me, editing is a pain, but I do it as much as I can so that one, I can try and learn my pitfalls and know what I need to fix. And two, because the more self-editing I do, the less I possibly have to pay someone else to edit for me. Um, and in no way am I saying to skip having a professional editor. I very much believe that there are just people out there that are way better at editing than a lot of us are, and they deserve what they charge. So, moral of the story, don't skip on editing. Set your budget. Well, first, research what kind of editing you need, what you can afford, set a budget. Uh, don't be afraid to ask editors if they have payment plans or ways to make it less of a financial burden on you. And yeah, just do it. You won't regret the cost, no matter if it takes you like 3 years to finish paying off your editor. Um, I mean, that's what it takes to put out professional work. So, enough of my personal rambling. Um, there are, in my opinion, there's so many different graphics about all the different kinds of editing, and it can get really confusing. But for me, there's like three simple types, and I know if anyone watches this video that's like really into editing, and editors will be like, no, but there's this and this and this, and you probably got this and whatever. These are how I break them down for myself. There, so there's only three, right? I don't know if that's even in frame. Three. So there's copy editing, which is like basic grammar and punctuation. Um, can be like some minor line editing or proofreading, and it's usually the cheapest form of editing. It's usually what I for sure will pay for when I'm working with, when I hire someone to go over my work. And they usually, the average cost is like 35 to 50 cents a word. There's people who charge less, there's people who charge more. It all just depends on who you find and who you are comfortable with working with. And the second is content editing, which is the type of editing I like to do on my own and with the help of beta and alpha readers. Um, and that focuses on plot and story structure, and it's the cost of it is similar to copy editing in certain cases, um, and it can be less and it can be more. I'm gonna say that a lot because it's true for all of them. And the third and the most expensive form of editing is comprehensive editing, and that is a mishmash of all the different types of editing. It's copy and content and style, and yeah, you're going to be shelling out some big bucks for comprehensive editing. That's all I'm saying. um, and like, not all editors define their editing styles the same. So when you are looking for your own editor, be sure you research their website. Don't hesitate to email them If you need clarification on what all services are included and whatever packages they're offering, and if they're rude to you, then that probably just means that person's not for you. And that leads me to finding the right editor. Like I said, this is an area you don't want to cut corners, and finding the right editor for you and for your budget can be lengthy, but it's a necessary process. I wouldn't necessarily suggest finding an editor on Fiverr. Like, I mean, you can do it. I'm sure that there's some nice people who are actually, just trying to build their, resumes and stuff on Fiverr as far as editing, but I personally just don't trust that. And you can find some smaller independent editors through social media. Um, and that can be a way of finding someone who will edit for less. But again, it's very hit or miss on the quality. So make sure that you are um, make sure you try and like vet them as much as possible. Things to consider in bulletproof format. Bulletproof, 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 bulletproof. I'm really hyper today. I don't know if you guys noticed. But find an editor in your niche. If the editor you find mostly works with nonfiction, they might not be a good fit for your high fantasy epic. Just saying. And ask about different payment options. Like I said before, some editors have really large price tags, and they know that not everybody can just drop $1,000 to $5,000 on them right away. So they are usually open to doing sort of a payment plan or down payment system. And you should definitely ask before committing to a specific editor. Also, make sure to get a sample edit. And that way you know for sure that's somebody who you like their editing style, and if it'll work for you, or if they're too harsh for you or too easy on you. I don't know. But that's the best way to get a feel for an editor, because they might have like a super snazzy website, and or they just might have, a price point that you like, but the only way to guarantee that it'll be a situation that works out the best for the both of you is if you get a sample of their work first. And another way to find editors, other than just like online searches or recommendations from a friend, a writer friend, is you can find editors based on the books that you love. A lot of published works have the editor's information in the front cover along with the publisher's information, and or listed on some site you'll be able to find the editors for your favorite books. So that could be one way that you find your editor. And I mean, they might not be open to new clients, but you can always shoot your shot. No harm, no foul. And another great place to find editors is through editor associations. A few that I found online were the Editorial Freelancers Association, ACES, the Society for Editing, and National Association of Independent Writers and Editors. Those are just a few places you can look. There's plenty of places you can find reputable editors. So that's my spiel. Get out there, get looking, and find yourself an editor for that awesome manuscript that you finished. Thanks for watching.